Hello there and welcome. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of verbs, those action-packed, sentence-building words that bring life and energy to our language. Let's explore the types of verbs together. By the end of this, you'll be a verb expert. Let's get started. First up, we have action verbs. These are the words we use for doing things, whether it's running, eating, or writing. If you can picture someone performing the action, chances are it's an action verb. For example, she runs every morning, or I wrote a story last night. Action verbs are the backbone of storytelling because they move the story forward. But not all verbs are about action. Next, we have linking verbs. These don't show action but instead connect the subject to more information about itself. Think of words like is or seem. For example, in the sentence, the sky is blue, the verb is links the subject sky to the description blue. Simple, right? Now, let's talk about transitive verbs, the team players of the verb world. These verbs need an object to make sense. For instance, if you say throw, you're probably left wondering, throw what? That's where the object comes in. Throw the ball. See how it completes the thought. And then there are the independent intransitive verbs. They don't need an object at all. A perfect example is sleep. You can simply say, she sleeps, and it makes complete sense. No object required, just peaceful, uninterrupted slumber. But wait, there's more. Let's meet auxiliary verbs, also known as helping verbs. These little champions like is or have team up with main verbs to create tenses, questions, or negations. For example, in she is running, the word is helps the verb running show an ongoing action. Isn't that neat? And here come the superheroes of possibility and necessity, modal verbs. These include can, must, should, and may. They express possibilities, abilities, permissions, or even obligations. Imagine saying, I can swim, or you must complete your homework. Modal verbs add that extra layer of meaning. Next, let's get into regular verbs. These are predictable. They follow a pattern when forming their past tense. Take the verb walk, for example. In the past tense, it simply becomes walked. Easy, right? But then there are the unpredictable irregular verbs. These don't follow the rules, and that's what makes them unique. Instead of adding ed, they change completely. For example, go turns into went. These verbs keep us on our toes. Now, let's talk about dynamic verbs, the verbs you can see in action. Think of words like run or dance. These are the verbs of motion and energy. If you can imagine someone physically doing it, you've got yourself a dynamic verb. Finally, we have stative verbs. These are all about states of being or feelings rather than actions. Words like love, know, or believe fall into this category. For instance, I know the answer, or she loves music. These verbs connect us to deeper, more abstract experiences. And there you have it, the wonderful world of verbs, each with its own unique role in our language. From action-packed dynamic verbs to the thoughtful stative ones, verbs truly make our sentences come alive. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the types of verbs.